Today on iPad 365, we show you another way to put Windows on your iPad. This episode brought to you by GoToMeeting. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to iPad 365, the show where we look at an app a day to keep your iPad in play. It is Friday, and of course we're going to answer some viewer mail, because that's what we do on Friday, is we answer viewer mail. First of all, if you have a question or if you'd like to comment on anything we talk about here on iPad 365, you can Twitter me at iPad365. Simple as that. You can also email me at ipad365@gmail.com. We do have a Facebook page too, so you can check it out there. We've got a survey over at geekazine.com/survey, which you can use to answer and tell me what you like, what you don't like about the show. Because, you know, we've been doing this now for a little bit over 100 days, and we've got to talk about that in a second. And it's been a fun ride, and there's been a lot of applications. I know you guys have been enjoying it, so thank you very, very much. Like I said, I kind of alluded to the 100th episode a couple episodes ago, but yes, we have surpassed the 100th episode of iPad 365. Well, you do a show every single day, you're going to get to 100 episodes pretty quick. 200 episodes should come around June, so I can't wait for that, June or July. So I can't wait for that. We'll celebrate a little bit better with the 200th episode. But you know, I've been churning them out just as quick, and I've just been going. It's like, oh yeah, hey, it's an 100th episode. Would have thunk it. So I'm glad we got 100 episodes. Of course, we're going to do this every single day and keep going until we get to 200, then 300, then 365. Then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do at that point. I'll probably continue on with the show, but probably not in 365 days. Probably take a little bit of a break, maybe go to 5 days a week or something like that. We'll see. But then again, I might just get a co-host, and all of a sudden we've got through 365 days once again. Of course, if you want to submit any video, maybe you want to do a review of an iPad app, you just have to send it to iPad 365. If it's a little bit larger than something you can email, let me know. I will show you where you can go to actually upload and send to me a larger file that I can use. So just let me know. Go over to iPad 365 or iPad365show@gmail.com. But let's get in the app, because we got a great app for you here, and actually something you can use. And this is Tom. He actually emailed me and he said, "Hey Jeff, I saw you put a couple episodes where I could actually turn my iPad into a Windows machine. Are there any other applications that you want to talk about?" Well, actually, it was really funny, because this week a company called OnLive was in the news for an application that you can actually use to turn your iPad into a Windows box. It's a virtual Windows, of course. You can't actually put on Windows software onto the iPad. Maybe down the road, maybe somebody will find a way. But right now, you can get a virtual version of Windows. And OnLive has been trying to do this for a while. They finally found a workaround. And I believe it has to do with the fact that this is not Windows 7, but Server 2008 or something like that. I'll talk about it in the show notes a little bit more and get you some links to places that you can learn a little bit more about how OnLive does do this. But basically what this is a virtual session of a Windows box. So what you would do is you go to OnLive's website and you register an account. You can actually pay for a free account, or, well, you wouldn't pay for a free account, but you would get a free account. Or you could actually pay for a little bit more storage. I think you get like 2 gigabytes worth of storage on the free account, and then a lot more depending on what you need. What you would then do is you would download the application on the iPad. You would call it up, you would put in all your credentials, and then you'd sign in. What you would do is you would then get the application in landscape mode. I don't think they have a portrait mode yet. You can't turn it. It's just one direction. But you'll have a start button. You'll actually have Microsoft Word documents. You also have the Microsoft Surface, which is is Microsoft's cool little way to move around pictures, kind of like the picture app I talked about a month ago on iPad 365. So you could put in your pictures and then use Surface to move around and create collages and stuff like that. But of course, you can run PowerPoint, Microsoft Word. if you don't have those applications. And of course, there's no Office for iPad. You can get Office for Mac, but not for iPad. So this is a great way for you to actually put down PowerPoint presentations, maybe Word documents, and present them. Of course, you need a connection. So if you need a Wi-Fi connection or the 4G connection or 3G connection too with the iPad. If you don't have a 3G or 4G, you got to be in a Wi-Fi setting to actually use OnLive to get to your desktop. But it looks pretty seamless. You can actually hook up your Bluetooth keyboard and move around. The mouse in Windows, of course, with a touch screen is a little bit more difficult to try and figure out. But if you set up and you get a stylus, you can have it can be pretty straightforward to get that going. The name of the application is called OnLive, and of course, like I said, they've been in the news in the last couple days. It's very stable application. In fact, the whole time it's been running down here as I've been talking. So check it out. It's over at OnLive, and like I said, we'll have a link in the show notes. Another way to be virtual, other than creating Windows 7 desktops on your iPad, is to meet online. That's actually a virtual technology too. Instead of being face-to-face, which is how I like to do my meetings, I can actually be face-to-face in front of a webcam and still see their face and still meet with them, whether they're down the street or across the country. The beauty of this program is called GoToMeeting by Citrix. It is a great program. You can share desktops. You can notate on desktops. So if you're on a PowerPoint, like I was a couple days ago, I was showing off a PowerPoint to somebody, and we stopped and we talked about a couple things, and I had to highlight a specific part of it, so I used the pen tool to actually do that. And then we shared their screen, and they talked about a couple things, which they showed me a couple web pages for. It's a great program. It's many different ways to meet, whether you're on a PC or on a Mac or even your iPad. With the HD faces, you can meet face to face. So if there's a problem, you can say, hey, look, you look confused. What can I do to help? And solve that problem. Check it out yourself. There's a 30-day free trial by going over to GoToMeeting.com. Click that Try It Free Now button and enter in the code PODCAST. Podcast gets you 30 days of this great software. Of course, it helps iPad 365, and I thank you very much for that. So go over to GoToMeeting.com, click the Try It Free Now button, enter in the code PODCAST for a 30-day free trial. And meet smarter with GoToMeeting. Okay, and that's the episode for today. Have you tried OnLive Desktop? Have you tried growing a beard as long as I have? Let me know. Send me some pictures. Send it to Twitter at iPad365. Of course, you can email me at ipad365show@gmail.com. If you want to do a video yourself for a future Friday review, just send it off to me. If it's too big to send to me, send me an email, and I'll show you an alternate place that you can go to upload the file so I can actually put it into the show. All right, tomorrow is Saturday, and of course, we've got a wildcard app in the hopper, as they say on TV nowadays. So we're going to do that in 24 when it will be another episode of iPad 365. You guys have fun and geek out. You should follow Graphite on Twitter at GraphiteINC.